Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. John Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video. Always appreciate support. Alright, let's get into it. Unfortunately, the Rockets and the Texans, both of H-Town's teams, are in need of a major rebuild, and that's not good. They've got it for different reasons, but Houston, we have a problem. Both the Rockets and Texans need to blow it up. I'm going to detail why in the rest of the video. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so both, in my opinion, the Texans and the Rockets just need to completely start over, blow it up, rebuild, whatever you want to call it, but they're in very different positions. I kind of detailed why the Texans need to blow it up in a video I made a while back about them needing to trade Deshaun Watson, but I'm going to run over that again and then talk about why the Rockets need to rebuild. The Texans need to rebuild because they're just not very good. Just straight up, without a doubt, they're just not very good. They're 1-5. They just lost to the Titans again. Derrick Henry had an amazing game, by the way. Outstanding. He's literally so good. But anyways, and they're 1-5. Deshaun Watson played pretty good. The offense played pretty good, but the defense is just not there. J.J. Watt's not the same player he used to be. You know, the days of a dominant Texans defense are gone. You know, Deshaun Watson and D-Hop literally carried them the wins last year, and now the D-Hop's gone. It's really just up to Deshaun Watson, and they're just so bad. The crazy thing is they've got a really good chance to rebuild. They have got a fundamental piece that could kickstart the entire rebuild. And that's Deshaun Watson. 25-year-old quarterbacks in their prime that are mobile, athletic, can throw the ball, are poised, proven winners, are just not readily available on the market right now. And so you could get a massive haul for Deshaun Watson, trade Laremy Tunsil, get some picks back for him, and just completely start over from scratch. The quarterback play coming out of college is so good now that you're going to be able to find your starting quarterback pretty soon, I believe. I don't know if maybe perhaps they want to go all in on maybe one of the quarterbacks this year. Maybe if they feel like they can get up to the top 5. If they finish in the top 5 and they want to trade up to 2, get Justin Fields, or hell, if they're feeling really dangerous, trade up and get Trevor Lawrence. But they just need to rebuild, just completely start over from scratch. Because they were a quarterback away, and they got Deshaun Watson, and they're pretty good, and they lost some of those pieces. So now there are a lot of other pieces away while they have their quarterback. So they just suck. And I know Bill O'Brien's gone, so they'll probably be better, but they can just start completely over because I don't want to watch Deshaun Watson waste in Houston. All right, now let's talk about the Rockets. The Rockets are in a completely different situation from the Texans, but they still need to rebuild. The Rockets are good. They were the number 5 seed in the West, which is obviously super impressive. The Western Conference in the NBA is super competitive. But they, I think, have peaked and reached their ceiling. And their current construction and their team just is not going to work. I don't think that small ball is the problem. I think it certainly has its issues. And they got exposed against the Lakers and stuff like that, with AD and Dwight. They had to go small, but Lakers went small eventually, but, kind of in the beginning or whatever. But I really don't think small ball is the problem. I think it comes down to 2 things. The fact that basically the Rockets run a very simple offense. James Harden has the ball, dribble, kick out to a shooter, or step back 3 or free throws. Literally the Rockets only score off of catch and shoot, James Harden step back, James Harden layup, James Harden free throw. That's it. That's the only ways they really score. Which that can work if everyone on your team can shoot. And insert Russell Westbrook, who literally cannot shoot. I mean, if you watch that Lakers series, literally whoever's guarding Russell Westbrook just came over, double teamed Harden, and then everyone else just stayed on their guys, and then they would crash every time. And Russell Westbrook would keep shooting it because he was open. Like, hell, I mean, you're an NBA player, of course you can shoot a wide open three, but it just doesn't work because you have one non-shooter that's a critical part of your team in a style completely dependent on three-point shooting. That's just not going to work. So, in my opinion, and the Rockets, they don't have any assets. They don't have any first-round picks. They don't have any young guys to flip for a star. Russell Westbrook's contract is huge. So, what I think the Rockets need to do personally, Darren Moore's out. If they could trade for someone like a Joel Embiid, trade Russell Westbrook for Joel Embiid, that'd be awesome. But that makes zero sense for the Sixers to make that trade. Getting Russell Westbrook in there with Ben Simmons is a terrible idea. And so I don't think there's really any plausible move for the Rockets to make for another star that involves Russell Westbrook. They could definitely trade Russell Westbrook onto just unload his contract on some crappy team like the Knicks, who are super interested in Russell Westbrook. Get rid of that. I mean, that'd be nice, but then they still wouldn't have anybody, I feel like, would trade. Like if I'm the Sixers, I don't know maybe Aaron Gordon and a pick or whatever. Like if the Knicks sent the pick over to Houston and then you send Aaron Gordon and a pick over the Sixers for Joel Embiid. I don't know. I don't know if I'd take that trade, but I can talk about who the 76ers should build around in a separate video. I haven't decided yet, but anyways. And the Rockets need someone who can handle the ball so James Harden can play off ball just a little bit. Because right now James Harden does nothing if he does not have the ball in his hands. And that's not good. So he needs maybe like a Drew Holiday. Honestly, if I'm any type of contender, I'm trying to get Drew Holiday on my basketball team. Lakers, Clippers, Nets, Bucks, Rockets, anybody that's a contender, I'm trying to get Drew Holiday on my team. And with Darren Moore out, the James Harden, kind of love boat honeymoon, I think is kind of coming to an end. So in my utmost humble opinion, what the Rockets need to do, just honestly, is James Harden's trade value has never been higher than it is right now. You can trade Russell Westbrook. You can trade James Harden. You trade Russell Westbrook, dump that contract. And then you either get James Harden and a bunch of pieces and see if maybe that can work. Or you trade James Harden away. You sign a bunch of and get a load of stuff, man. I'm talking you could get so much from James Harden. 3 first-round picks, a good role player, and then you go after someone in 2021 free agency. So it's not a total rebuild, but I mean you gotta switch it up because right now this team is peaked. This roster is peaked. And I think the Rockets are not going to be able to win a championship with James Harden as their centerpiece, unless they get someone like Chris Paul again, which there's no one like Chris Paul out on the market, just readily available. So the Texans need to blow it up because they suck, and the Rockets need to blow it up because they've peaked as a team. That's just me, though. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment below. Thank you for checking out today's video. Always appreciate the support. Make sure you check out the link content right here and in the description. Have a great day.